So, in July 2009, under pressure from Iran, Iraq's Prime Minister Maliki ordered a great number of policemen and soldiers to attack Camp Ashraf. 500 of its residents were injured, 12 were brutally killed, and 36 taken hostage. Right now, the situation for these utterly brave and tenacious residents is again very critical. We urge USA, European Union, and the United Nations to give these very exposed refugees full protection due to the Fourth Geneva Convention. Mani and I demonstrated in Stockholm against the presence of Iran's Minister for Foreign Affairs, Mottaki. Mottaki was a member of Pastaran, the notorious Revolutionary Guard that has tortured and murdered thousands of political opponents. Mottaki is personally responsible for the torture and murder of at least 10 exiled Iranians when he was an ambassador in Turkey. Here is Sara Prajabi, a Mujahideen supporter, murdered in Turkey by Iranian agents. She was a sister to Parvin Rajabi, my friend and fellow worker here in Sweden. The mullah espionage is extremely well developed, and found out that Sara Rajabi had come from Paris to Turkey and murdered her. As you can see, the mullah regime commits crimes also outside Iran. Last year, Iran's so-called president, Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, was allowed to speak to the United Nations General Assembly. So, my son Christopher and I went there, joined other Mujahideen supporters, and protested against the presence of a murderer. An Iranian friend of mine was imprisoned in the Evin prison in Tehran for political reasons. She witnessed Ahmadinejad shooting many hundreds of political prisoners with his own hand. He has said, "I am proud of having fired the killing shots." And he has committed many other horrible crimes against human rights. This is my son in New York during that demonstration. Then we went to Washington to demonstrate with Mujahideen supporters for the protection of Camp Ashraf and for the release of the 36 hostages. Some of our friends there had been hunger striking for more than 60 days when we left. And here I am at the White House. And here I am hunger striking in Stockholm for Ashraf, but not so many days. Struggle, actions and demonstrations will give results. The 36 hostages were released. So we were invited to Mariam Rajavi in Paris to celebrate and to get strength for further struggle for democracy and human rights. Here is my son Christopher with Mrs. Mariam Rajavi. Recently, she paid a very successful visit to the government of Finland and also to the German Bundestag. To me, Mahmoud and Ayaz have become symbols, icons of suffering, deeds of the evil, and the result of a dictatorship. Now the Iranian dictatorship is desperate in its efforts to stay in power. That leads to extreme violations of the human rights. Political opponents and demonstrators are captured, imprisoned, tortured, systematically raped and executed, often extrajudicially. This cannot be going on. We strongly urge the European Union, the United Nations, to force Iran to stop all executions and harassments of demonstrators and political dissidents, to send observers to the Iranian prisons, and to suspend all economic and political relations with Iran until the regime fully respects the human rights, including everyone's right to his own life. Everybody must support the brave but very dangerous struggle for democracy also inside Iran. Democracy in Iran is a great benefit, not only for the Iranian people, it's good for the whole world. We are all human beings in one unity, the global humanity. Thank you.